I want to thank God for His goodness in spite of the rough time that we went through. My younger sister, who lives in Maharashtra, planned to come and visit my mother. She could not visit for 2 years because of the lockdown. During their travel, her daughter's old ligament tear worsened and she had to have surgery. They were all vaccinated. Before the surgery, my sister and daughter's RT-PCR was negative. After the surgery in Coimbatore, they went to Kuno to recoup. I planned to go to Kuno to meet my mother and sister's family. I was really looking forward to this, longing to spend quality time with the family. I reached Kuno and the next day my sister tested positive. So I had to stay in a guest house close by and spend a little time with my mother whenever I could. I returned to Katpadi because Denzel's mother was at home undergoing chemotherapy. A few days later, my sister's daughter, who had the surgery, tested positive and she had to be hospitalized. After a few days, my mother, who's 91 years, became quite sick. She tested positive for COVID. Her oxygen levels went down. We were in a dilemma whether to admit her and treat her at home. After much prayer, we decided to keep her at home and my sister was taking care of her. She was recovering from COVID herself. At this point, I had to go to Kuno. So I went and stayed at the guest house and would go home and offer whatever help possible with all the precautions. Through it all, we experienced God's hand. My aunt, 88 years old, my mother's only living sister, who's traveled several hundreds of kilometers and came to meet her. And it was good to see the smile on my mother's face. At times, when my sister went to check on her, she would be singing with her oxygen mask out. Now she has tested negative, but she's become quite weak and totally dependent. But through this turmoil, we experienced God's goodness. Our house in Kuno has a lot of plants, beautiful flowers, and a lot of birds come to the garden. One bright and sunny morning 2 days ago, my sister and I were sitting outside, just enjoying the beauty of God's creation. My sister threw some grain on the path, and a lot of sparrows came along. And I noticed something which I had never seen before. Some of them came in pairs, and one of them picked the grain and fed the other. I was reminded of Matthew 6:26. Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap, neither gather into barns. Are you not of more value than they? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? I just looked at those birds and said, Lord, you are my God, you are in control. I thank God for the church, the body of Christ, who supported us with prayer. It is so encouraging to know that the body of Christ carries you and cradles you with prayer and support. Thank you.